Yo, it's a CypherTalk, man. It's me, Angelo, aka Bboy Rock from Good Funk Gang. I'm that popper, I'm that locker guy from that funk style crew.
Yeah.
And today we have.
Mooki, Black Sheep, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? And otherwise known as Della.
Della, yeah. That's
Your other name?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
What's the story behind Mooki? What's the name of, what's the story behind that name?
Mooki is just like straight up. Mooki is just a name that I made up that I liked. Like I think Mooki is in what's that Spike Lee joint with you know what I'm talking about? Dude has love hate on his knuckles.
Spike Lee.
What's that? Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing. Oh, it's okay. So it's from a movie.
Yeah,
right?
main
Okay.
character's name is Mooki. I had that name idea before I saw the movie, but then I saw the movie. I'm like, yo, this kind of like reminds me of myself. So fuck it, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
It's funny. I remember one of the interactions we had was the Boxing Day Jam. Do you remember that?
Yes. Good times.
It was a 2-on-2 Boxing Day Jam, and it was me and Mark. Mention your name again, bro. And we were versing you and Patrick. And then I used your burn on you because that's the only thing I could do, yo. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, I only know like minimal braking, and so I did the minimal braking that I could do, and then I did your burn because I like that burn. That's honestly why I did it. And I knew it was gonna get a reaction, so I'm like, let's do the burn. And then Bob's like, you could never do that burn ever.
And that was the last time I did it. Straight up. No, that was a good burn. I missed that shit, but that was good times. I honestly that was a cool move, but a lot of people did it, so I was like, whatever. I guess it's gone now, so it's all good.
When did you start breaking?
2009 at Kelvin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2009.
So I'm like 8 years, I think. 8 years, close to 9 at this point. I think can't count. So yeah.
And how did you join the crew that you're in now, like with like Remedial Crowd and everything?
Remedial Crowd has like. In grade 9, we started with Creative Styles crew, which was me, Patrick, Thomas, and Chris and Kevin. It was just like a random crew. Like before then, they were going by like Adobo Styles, which was fucking hilarious. But I'm obviously not Filipino, so I wasn't down with that.
And like, what is that? Did you even try Adobo at this point?
I had no fucking idea what that shit was, man. I was just like, alright, cool. I'm just like this small ass little black kid, and I'm just down for whatever, but. Yeah, so it started with the Creative Styles crew. And then a homegirl of ours, Desi, wanted to name us Purple Toast Crew. Then Purple Toast Crew lasted for a few things, and then Break for Bread happened. And when Break for Bread happened, like all the kids that were like our age that were breaking, we wanted to like enter, but like we would have got smoked. So we're like, okay, let's make like a big crew with all like the best kids from our age group.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so they made Lemon's Fresh Crew. And that was like Francis, Franz, Jeremy, Ryan was in that shit. Patrick, like everybody, like Michael Dang, Nathan, everybody. I think Michael Dang was in that shit. But yeah. So then
which break for bed did you guys enter? Do you remember?
It was the one at the Maples Ice Rink.
Oh right, the Maples Multiplex. Yeah.
That one. So. They all went. I wanted to get down with them, and then they're like, "Nah, you're not good enough. You have to call somebody out." So I had to call somebody out. I lost the battle. I ended up battling with like Freestyle Junkies. I don't know if you know them from like Kenora and shit.
Oh, I think I know. I recognize some of their faces.
Yeah. And I battled with them, and then after that, I was like, okay, well, I don't really have a crew. And then my friends were already going to Kelvin, and everybody that was breaking was either in Chocolate Milk Crew or they didn't have one. So we just made Remedial Crowd.
Oh, snap.
That was in like grade 10, so 2010. Yeah.
Wow. You must have started pretty young. Like, I guess you did start pretty young. Because I remember when you were like shorter than me. I guess there's like a certain point where like some of the B-boys were like all shorter than me, and then they got tall, and I'm like, what? When did this happen?
What just happened to the scene? Yeah, man.
Like I remember you with your like little flat top hair or whatever,
buddy.
And then and then I remember Patrick was a lot smaller
with that fucking thick ass mustache he had back then. Fuck.
Winston was the same way. Winston was like had like a faux hawk type thing.
Yeah. We used to burn them by like doing this with our hair and making points and shit. Good times.
So it's awesome to see you guys still like doing the thing, because like sometimes you don't realize how much time has passed, and you're like, oh damn, yeah, I've been seeing these guys around for for a while now.
Seriously, man.
So what keeps you breaking, man? Like what's the thing about breaking that you keep like coming back to?
Since I started, I guess I wanted to be a part of every aspect of the dance. So like every time I like reach somewhere else, I just kind of like want to explore another facet of it. So like enter my first battle, sick. Want to win a jam, sick. Want to enter 2-on-2, sick. Want to enter crew and crew, blah blah blah. Travel, do this, and until I've reached like all my goals, I guess. I'm not gonna stop.
Nice.
Not gonna stop.
That's crazy, man. What do you think about the whole landscape of this? I guess the street dance scene here in Winnipeg. What are your thoughts on that?
It's dope. It's definitely dope. The B-boy scene is really dope. Choreo scene is really dope. There was a long time where like B-boys and the choreo heads didn't get along. Now we're in a different place. Like to most extent, we're in a different place. Obviously, like we still got to fight for CK, which sucks, but it's whatever.
It's a free space, so
Exactly. We can't really be that mad. But yeah, man, it's dope. Everybody puts in work, at least for what I see.
Do you practice most of the time at CK, or where do you practice?
I practice at home mostly.
Oh shoot!
I do like 90% of my practicing at home, man.
So yeah, you got enough space at home?
Not really, but gotta make it work. Yeah, you gotta make it work, man. You gotta make it work.
It's like Germs, when I guess Germs was like practicing in his basement, and then like he would hit something or whatever.
Yeah, man, I've hit so much fucking shit, smash into walls, all that fun shit. All that fun shit.
I gotta ask this question because I never really asked this yet of a b-boy. Is like, how do you compose yourself after doing like multiple spinning moves? Like you're like spinning on the floor, and then like, you come up and you're all composed. I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
bro, you don't, man. And they just make it look like they do. They don't really fucking compose themselves. They're dizzy as hell, man. It's like when you injure yourself while you're doing a round, you gotta stand up and make it look like you're fine, but really you're in pain, you know? Yeah, that's the truth, straight out. No, that's the truth. Yeah. Niggas gonna lie. That's the truth.
It's crazy though. I would like see it and I'm like, what, is that real? Like, do you just gain some kind of weird superpower after a while, or are you just like not dizzy? I'm like, okay.
Super balance, man. The super balance.
I gotta ask you about the enemy and what the enemy is all about, and because I enjoyed your podcast episode with Bob, because I think he went on that right after he did ours, and there was some stuff in that episode that wasn't in our episode, which I appreciated. I'm like, oh shoot, like, this is awesome. So sometimes you could ask a certain question and it will lead to a different road especially with like older dancers.
Somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah. What's the enemy all about, and what are you guys' mission in the community?
I guess a good summary of what the enemy is about is like we're trying to get out the experience of a first generation Canadian through like artistic mediums, through words, through whatever we can, whatever's representative of like the magazine idea that we're putting forward or that we're trying to reach. So yeah, that'd probably be the best example.
And where can they usually find your stuff?
Follow us on The Enemy Winnipeg at Twitter, theenemy.ca, Facebook, The Enemy. The Enemy magazine, probably. I don't think The Enemy would be the name on Facebook.
I listened to the whole episode with Egg, which is like 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's a long episode.
Who was interviewing him for that?
That was Ryan.
Ryan? Okay.
Yeah, Ryan.
Okay. I was like, because I was trying to figure out who it was. I'm like, I don't think it's Della. No, it's not Della. And then I'm like, who is that? Like, I guess I don't.
I wish it was me, but no. It would have been sick.
And you guys are like, you guys organize events as well, or you just guys promote through events?
No, we organize the events. Okay. All of it's like for example, the first one where we were selling like OE low key, we had to travel out to Kenora to pick up like 7 boxes of OE.
Oh, that's where you got it. Oh,
exactly.
Because I was like, where did they get this? I was like, they don't sell it here anymore. I don't think, right?
We did a mission. We were like skating out there. Like all the white people were scared as hell. It was good times. It was good times, man. It was good times.
all the other people are just like, yo, it's all right.
They're like, who the fuck are these guys? I've never seen them in my small ass town. For
real. And you have that event coming up. That's like your low key event. Right?
Yeah, Pleasures 3 at the Triple Tiger. DM us for information.
There it is, man. That's underground, yo. Let's dig for that. And I've been to one of them before, and they're pretty cool, man. Like, I mean, it seems pretty hip. Sounds like I'm not cool at all. Sounds pretty hip, man.
Oh, man, it's dope. I don't know. I feel like everybody there is just like trying to have a good time, and that makes the event pretty much.
Yeah.
You have the perfect venue. You got all the alcohol you need. Like, everybody's there. They smoke weed, if that's okay to say on the podcast. So you're good. Like,
yeah. Well, they don't know where any of this is happening.
Exactly. So you're good.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you, man? Like, I don't get a lot of opportunities to sit down and like speak to like B-boys unless it's up on the podcast. It's
Word.
Like, yeah. So like, what's going on with you in your life right now, bro?
Just trying to fucking train, honestly, man. Just really trying to train. I kind of like slowed down a little bit because of injuries and shit. So now I'm like feeling a little bit better, trying to get back into the swing of things. Also working on the magazine, obviously, but really just trying to focus on my training.
Cool, man. The one thing that I really like about your style, there's some moments where you look really free, like with your dance.
Word.
And I'm like, whoa, how do I get that free? You know, like, how do I get free with my dance? And like, you know, because I just really relate it back, right?
Yeah.
Because there's some parts I'm like, damn, like you're just feeling it, right? And like, oh damn, like I gotta get into that.
I got lucky, man. Like, there's a lot of people that fucking taught me a lot in this breaking shit. But the one thing I think that helped me, I guess, yeah, like just listen to my own music. Like, not my music, but like shit that I just actually like.
Okay.
Like, any type of music, punk, like Big Crit. I used to break to Big Crit all the fucking time.
What's Big Crit?
Big Crit. He's like this Southern rapper. Like,
oh.
Yeah, it's like some straight Southside type music, like candy paint whips type shit. Like, you know, like bouncing the Cadillac type.
Okay.
Stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So like just listening to like different music that you actually like, it kind of forces you to do what you want to do and actually dance to the music, because you're like, I like this song, I want to dance. So yeah,
I think that's really important, and people kind of overlook that, especially with all these all-style dance battles.
Yeah,
because like you won't like each and every song that you hear in an all-styles battle just for you, right? But I think it's important to listen to music that you enjoy.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, he just burped. I'm sorry. That's the first time.
I'm a rude ass nigga. That's why. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. That's the first time anybody's burped. I think somebody's eating pizza on the podcast.
Oh fuck! I wish I had pizza. I'm hungry as hell, man. Oh my god.
Yo, Mary Beth ordered pizza while she was here. Like, she's like, I'm really hungry, guys. Can I order pizza? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And then they delivered it here. And
she's always ahead of the game. Like, I wish I was like her. I feel like.
Yeah, she's just munching on pizza like super quietly. Like, nobody, I don't think anybody noticed in that podcast that she was eating a pizza. Like, nobody was like, is she eating something?
Word. No, that's dope.
But yeah, man. Listening to music that you actually enjoy, because it'll give you a different feeling, and then from that feeling you could stem your moves from that.
Yeah.
Because it's more authentic rather than trying to do like an artificial way of like conducting a feeling through a music that you don't really enjoy.
Yeah.
So there's different ways I think you could kind of go about that. Like, you could get the feeling first and then dance with the feeling. It sounds really like hippy dippy.
I understand what you're saying though.
But then there's also like, you could try to hype yourself up and then get to that point where you could even dance to whatever.
Yeah.
So there's different, like, I guess, avenues.
You figure out what works for you. Like, yeah.
And everybody's still figuring out. Like, to me, I'm still figuring out a lot of things. And people's like, yeah, how long you been dancing for? Like a long time.
It's like weird though. I thought you've been breaking or doing popping, locking like way longer than you actually have. You've been doing this the same time as me almost. I think you started in 2008, right?
Yeah, 2008.
So like 1 year more than me. That's trippy.
Yeah, and it's been, and I think with a lot of dancers, it's like this: is that it's like on and off. It's like, okay, I practice and I learn a few skills or a few moves or vocabulary, and then like I'll go to school or something and focus on school, and then I come back and okay, I'm now. So it's not like
like
the
9 years
consistent
strong.
years. Like I'm not like doing it every single day or whatever.
Word.
But yeah, me and Mark have been doing it for a while, and
You guys are dope, like for real. You guys inspired my style a lot, actually.
really,
For real.
oh, shit, man.
You have this move, like I think it's just like a general popping locking move, but you do it properly. And ever since then, I've been trying to like get it into a breakdown. It's like fucking, you know, where your legs go out on the side as you're going downwards.
Oh, okay,
You know what
okay.
I'm
I
talking
think
about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're gonna show me. You have to show me after
I'll show
after
you.
this episode. But like, yeah, there's stuff that you guys do that inspired me too. Like, there's just simple top rock stuff that I'm like, oh, what if you just freeze this or dime stop this or like turn this into a robotic type move or whatever?
Word.
And I'm like, damn, yeah. So thanks, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I didn't even know that. There's certain things that you don't know, and it's something that I've talked about on the podcast too. Is that you don't know how far your influence can actually
No doubt.
reach. Because like you could do a move and you're like, I never think about it ever again.
Yeah.
Somebody see it and be like talk to his friend like, oh, yo, I saw this move this guy did, and then like, what, he did like this, and then maybe it'll morph, and then like, but you don't know how far that chain goes, and you're like, oh shoot. Until somebody's like, yo, you inspired me, like how? And then they
They
explain
show
the
you,
chain.
and it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's trippy.
So
It's a trippy feeling for sure.
yeah, man. Is there any event that you're training for?
The
Specifically?
King of the Hill battle.
Oh yeah, King of the Hill. I guess we should promote that as well.
Yeah.
Dangerous Goods is having, I guess it's a fundraiser for their 15-year anniversary or something like that. It's a battle, Seven to Smoke Bboy battle / B girl battle. I'm gonna say because I don't know who's on the list yet.
Word.
And then
Me
there's
neither.
also a hip hop freestyle. Like I think specifically a hip hop freestyle Seven to Smoke. So there's gonna be guests included in that. We don't know who the judges are yet. But that's happening the end of April, I think. You have to check.
April 27th, I believe.
April 27th.
Yeah.
But check it on like Facebook, King of the Hill, Dangerous Goods crew. Who are like your teachers at the beginning when you first started?
The reason I started breaking was because I saw, like, I got this DVD from my mom. It's a Chaos Superstar DVD. I don't know if you know Chaos Superstar.
Yeah.
He put out like a DVD which was like showing the behind the scenes process of how that was made and everything like that. And in it you see like K-Mel and Migas dancing in a cypher. And I saw that shit and I was like, yo, I gotta fucking do this like so bad. And then I went to Kelvin and then all of a sudden I see Ivan on stage with like the Paranormal Pandas and all them shits.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So Ivan's like, yo, you want to learn? I'm like, yeah. And I'm just pretty much from there, I just started breaking. He started showing me like, he literally showed me like a baby freeze, a 3-step, and was like, you're good. And I was like, sick. And then he just talked to me about like mentality and just told me about like winning and losing and shit like that, like how to take it and how it's like not everything and shit like that. So
Yeah, that's funny how that kind of worked out where our previous guest was Ivan, and so he was talking about that as well.
Yeah, man.
And so happens to be like you're the next guest.
It's trippy, man, for real.
So I guess that's like an interesting thing to get into. Like, do you ever think that you're in a unique spot where it's like, because you see people start breaking and then you see a lot of people just stop breaking for whatever reason, you know, and then you're still going. Like, do you ever look back and be like, yo, I'm kind of like different in a sense that I just kept going and I like, you know, to a degree it's an obsession of like this is my passion, I'm doing this. And
Yeah. Definitely. Like, definitely. There was like a year where all the other crews just dropped off. So I don't think like I'm special. I think like my crew, because we're like the last people from our generation. There's something about our crew that made us want to continue. And even if like most of the members don't even breaking is always going to be in the fabric of our crew. So
what was it like when you were, I guess, in high school, and how was that? Because I know you're younger than me. I don't know how old you are.
22.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
like
I gotta think about that all the time, man.
Me too. I always think I'm older or something.
Oh, same, man. That's weird. I don't know why.
I was about to say like, oh, yo, I'm 27, and then like, no, I'm not 27. I'm 26.
I'm 26. Sick.
Oh shoot, man. I'm younger than that.
Another year to wait. Shit.
How was it like in, I guess, the environment you were in as you were starting breaking, and the whole dance scene in general? Like, because for me it was different. Like I guess my era, if you want to call it that, was CCAT just came out in 2005, and that's when I first started. When I started in grade 10, and then you had Unite coming up, and then all of that, and then some of the other smaller, more low key choreography groups. How was dance in your environment when you were in high school, like just starting?
When I started, there was a lot of breakers. Like there was definitely like the choreo crews, but I don't think like most of the kids were joining them. Like from the kids that I knew, not a lot of them were into choreo. And then like after like that drop off year, I think it was like 2010, maybe 2011. After that drop off year, everybody started joining those crews. So like it was interesting. Like Sisler still had breakers. Maples had like maybe 2 or 3 until Winston graduated. There was breakers all around the city, but after a while they just started quitting. So
yeah, that seems interesting too. Hey, like how like right now, I think there's not that many, I guess, b-boys like breakers like that are doing it consistently. It seems like, what do you think that is the cause of all that? Because I always thought it was gonna be like a thing where each high school pretty much had their breakers, and
that's what we wanted, man. Like I guess honestly, like breaking is an intense like confrontation type of dance, you know. Some people just can't handle it, I guess, or some people just don't want that from their dance. Like they just want to get down and just not worry about somebody calling them out. So like, and like, you know how like Ivan was saying how they'd go out to other schools and like call them out and shit like that. That's what we were doing. We were like the last kids to be able to have that opportunity. So we were going to like other schools and battling other kids. And like I remember one time, like I think it was like me, Patrick, Phil Comia, Jamal, Winston, we all went to Sisler and we just battled the hell out of them. Thomas also too. We battled them and one of the kids like straight up cried, and we're just like, damn. We're just like, damn, this is serious. Like niggas are really like dropping tears off this. So we just like yeah, people just stopped after that. Like I guess they thought like we took it too seriously or whatever, but we just wanted to battle.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a really good point, and I never even considered that with breaking, because I guess like even younger people than you, they're super sensitive. It's part of the generation too. I think it has a lot of intricacies with the generation.
Oh yeah,
that they're like super sensitive. They don't like, everybody got like participation awards and stuff, and like, you know, like. A lot of them didn't have to earn a lot of things that they got.
Word.
And so when you're battling, I guess in a sense, you're kind of earning your rep when you're battling. And then if you lose, then it feels like the whole world is crashing down on you and you don't know how to deal with failure.
Yeah. Like it's a part of it. It's not like, oh, you lose a battle. Whoa, it's not that big deal. Big deal.
And like Ivan was saying too, that you have to learn from each battle. Like if you wanted to grow, you should learn from each one. And I think the younger generation, like younger than you, they want everything like easy, instantaneously, and they don't want to like work for it. They think they deserve it right away.
I don't want to like condemn them.
Well, I don't want to do that either. But I think I was speaking.
That's definitely like a fact. Like
that's a factor. Like that's a factor in.
Because I'll even say I've been caught up in that mentality too. Like after like maybe like if I like beat somebody that I was looking up to, or I was happy about doing something in the jam, after that I'll like take a break. But it's like, why are you taking a break? Continue. Like it's a win. It's good. That means you should keep going instead of stopping, I guess.
Yeah, well, it also goes back to, why are you dancing? Are you just dancing just to battle?
Yeah.
Like
mentality plays a big part in breaking, more than people realize. Like a lot of breaking is just mental, just straight up mental, like thinking about it before you're actually like doing any type of movements.
It seems to me that it's very comparable to a fight, like an MMA fight.
Yeah.
And then they talk about, on that side, they talk about a lot of the mental aspect of it, because you could psych yourself out, you could like get really nervous, and then it might cause you to do something that you didn't really want to do, or react a way that you just didn't want it to do. And I think like with breaking, it's probably the same thing, like, or even any battling at all. It is confrontational. It's like you versus this person,
and then you think like, oh, they don't like me because they wanted to call me out. That's not the case. It's just we wanted to battle.
That's one of the things that I don't like as well, is that people taking it more serious than it actually is, and they think it's like I guess sometimes it is personal, but most of the time it's not. It's just like, I want to just test my skills against you.
Exactly.
And one way that I heard it described by Wiggles was that, it's like a one-on-one basketball game. Like if I challenge you to a one-on-one basketball, like you're not gonna be offended if I beat you.
Exactly.
Like,
you're not gonna be like, oh fuck this guy. No, it's a battle. Yeah.
Or another guy, he's a locker from France. He's talking about it's just like a video game. Like if you challenge somebody to like a video game, like you're not, you think you're gonna like be offended.
Call a SWAT team on their house or some shit.
Yeah. Or you're gonna cry after you lose.
Yeah.
So I think it's, I don't know. Do you think that's gonna change in the city? Like with people calling people out more, or?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue, honestly. But I think like it can change. It definitely can. But it's up to like the people that people look up to lead by example. So I'm trying to call people as much as I can, trying to get myself back in that, because like I remember there's battles where I got into battles and I was like, damn, why are they coming after me as a person? They think I'm biting them or some shit, but it wasn't even like that. It was like they respected my skills and they wanted to go against me.
Yeah, it's interesting to see B-boys after, or I keep saying B-boys, but I should also breakers. Yeah. Okay. But breakers, because during the battle they could be really heated, like it's just intense, and then after they're like, oh, it's like everything's all good and super nice, which I think is kind of similar to some rap battles where they're just like dissing each other and like saying like horrible things about each other, but doing it in a creative way, and it fits like a rhyme or whatever, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, you're good, man, that was a good, that was a good one.
I mean, to some extent, you gotta like have some limits. Like, if you're going into a battle with somebody you don't know and you're just straight up shitting on their style and you're not even paying attention to what they're doing, obviously you're showing some disrespect. But like, if you just go into a battle and you're like, oh, you bailed that, and you called a bail, that's fine. It's whatever. It's part of the battle. You're not supposed to want to lose.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go into a battle like,
smoke
I'm
me.
about to fucking lose.
Smoke
so
me,
hyped.
man. I want to be smoked by you.
Like, no, like, I don't know.
Were there any people that you looked up to where you're like, oh shoot, that's that person, like, like some of your idols or whatever? Frostflow
for sure. Like, I looked up, like, there's a few breakers that I looked up to when I was starting breaking, but like the first person I actually got to meet was Frostflow, and then what's his name, Benzo came to the city too.
Yeah,
that was trippy as hell. I missed Mr. Wiggles. I wanted to see that, but I was in Jamaica at the time, so I didn't get the fucking battle. That was like the one battle I ever missed back then. And then when Frostflow came to the city, I was like, yo, I this is how good I need to get so I can battle this dude. And yeah.
Did you end up like exchanging with him?
Yeah. He was going in a cipher, and I was going in too, and I like called him out a little bit, and he's like, okay, I'm about to smoke this kid. And I'm like, damn, this nigga actually looking at me, he's gonna battle me, fuck. And we went 5 rounds, and he definitely dusted me, but it was a good experience. Like, I learned a lot. And then I got to talk to him after the battle. It was dope.
He's that guy's super zen.
Yeah, man.
Like, just talking to him, it's like, whoa, like,
he's smart, man. He's really smart.
He's one of those guys who's like, oh damn, like I'm about to receive some kind of like wisdom from the teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
Do you ever like teach at all with what you do?
Yeah, I've been teaching since 2011. We started teaching at Broadway Neighborhood Center. It's in like Osborne, around there. Basically, yeah, we were just, or not Osborne. It's like fucking off Sherbrooke, around Sherbrooke. But yeah, we were teaching there, did like a few performances. We've taught like Gimli, we've taught at a few daycares. I teach at Rising Star infrequently. I'm like the substitute for the breaking teachers. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were teaching at all.
Yeah, man.
Like, yeah, you never, like, I guess, I guess I never asked you, but.
I don't post shit on Instagram. That's why people don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, just because he doesn't post stuff doesn't mean, like, he's not
doesn't mean I'm not doing anything, I promise.
Yeah, man. So what was one of the other, like, were there other moves that you took from certain styles?
I used to like when I maybe like 2 years into it, I'd start studying like jerkin and like all these like new age styles like Dougie and all them shits, because to me like there was like a quality of like just steez, like it just like everybody could watch it and be like, that looks sick, and even choreo too. So I was trying to like translate that into my style too. So yeah. Is
there any type of philosophy that you kind of go by? I know like Patrick would like go crazy with this question.
Yeah, this nigga would be off.
But
not really. I don't know. Just fucking. I don't know.
I like.
Like as lame as that sounds, I just keep it simple. Like, it's definitely like not as simple as it sounds. It's like a mental battle, but once you pass the mental battle, what's there to really worry about? You just battle, or you just go down, do your round, whatever, do your showcase, practice. Do the dance. Like if you want to be a breaker, then just fucking break.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
that's also a good point to make. After a certain point, just do it.
Yeah. That's the only way you're gonna like improve.
Analyzing too much is like
it'll kill you. Yeah, it'll kill you.
How do you go about teaching somebody who's like brand new? Like somebody's like, oh, I seen this video or whatever, and like I want to start breaking. How should I start?
Definitely just go through the basics. I think fundamentals are really important. Once you get like the fundamentals, like footworks, once you get your top rocks down, I think top rock always has to come first, because top rock is like the introduction to a person's style. Top rock is like the closest thing to just walking, and like a person's walk is really their style. So once you figure out how to top rock like you walk, then you'll have your style.
Whoa, I never heard that before. Yo, you walk. Yo, shoot, man, that's sick.
Yeah, I think probably Bob told me that or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably Bob.
Probably, yeah.
If you have any doubt, just say it's Bob.
Just ask Bob or something. He'll know. For real, man.
So are you guys planning to throw more jams as like Bboy jams or whatever, or like?
Going forward, I definitely want to start doing that. I want to have like the sick ass barbecue jam.
Oh,
they did that in Toronto. I wanted to do it before they did that, and now I still want to do it, but I want to do it different now. But
do you have any ideas on how you want to do it?
Kind of. I had like this crazy idea for a jam where it's called the number 2 headband, based off Afro Samurai. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. Yeah. Basically, like the person who gets number 2 gets to call out the number 1. They do a 7 to smoke, and the person who wins the 7 to smoke gets the number 1 headband. And then it's like a battle.
Oh,
like,
shoot.
Everybody battles to get the number 2, and then number 2 at the end of the jam gets to battle the number 1. But that's kind of like a half thought out idea. Like, I'm just throwing around mad ideas, just trying to make sure that it's proper and representative of myself. But in addition to that jam, we definitely have to do like the RC 10 years soon.
Oh, okay.
When we hit 10 years, I think we're gonna do 10
that?
years. Maybe like 3 or 4 years from now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I want to do the barbecue thing too, because I saw they call it the Poppers Picnic.
Oh, really? I never heard about
in
that.
California. I think it's in LA or something. I could be wrong. But basically, like all these OGs, right? And then like all these black dudes just like, yo, man, have some like whatever. They're barbecuing stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're also just battling. Like you see some like dude who did it like back in '79 or whatever, and it's like doing.
That's dope. Like that's kind of what I feel like we're missing now. Ever since like DGC like started working on their lives and Bob disappeared because he has to work on his life, like kind of missing that feeling of getting in touch with our roots and like the OGs who did it first. That's why I wish fucking what's it called, Quick Beats. That's why I wish Quick Beats never quit.
Yeah,
because they're like a piece of history that people don't even fucking know about, but they influenced our scene so much. Like the generation before us, like Flow Fanatics and like Paranormal Pandas, Quick Beats influenced them a lot.
there seems to be a lot of influences that kind of got swept under the rug after like people just stop and they get on. I guess you could say get on with their lives.
There's no support for breaking in Winnipeg. Like there's no support system for breaking at all. The only person who was in a place to really help us was Bob, and he did everything he could, and he really helped us all out a lot. Like he really, really, really like trained us. But now we gotta like do it ourselves.
Right. So like, is that like, who do you think is gonna be like the ones who are gonna like kind of take that torch or whatever, take that fire and like expand upon it? Because I see a lot of stuff going on. Like, I mean, you have Callian and On the One Collective doing like their events, and then I mean, you have your event that you're doing.
I don't even consider my event like a breaking thing.
It isn't real. I don't know. Kind of is,
but it isn't like it's not. I didn't make that for b-boys. You know what I mean? I just made it for like whoever wants to like dance to like dope music. Whoever wants to like have a platform to show their moves in a party that they're actually gonna want to party in. That's what that shit's for. Mm-hmm. But like a breaking battle who's gonna be next, I have no clue who it does.
Winston wasn't Winston supposed to have 2 Raw?
Yeah, and I think he will have it, but it may like I don't know what the deal is. He may take a year off, he may do it this year, I don't know. I think like anybody can take over. Like I remember back in the day, there was like this one random kid who started breaking for like 2 years, and he threw that jam at some community center. I can't remember his name. But yeah, like I think Winston won, but it was like a cypher. I battled Candace, and it was a cypher battle. Savage, Jamal, Candace, Gerald, and Winston. Winston won. Kevio battled some dude from like out of town. It ended up being a dope jam. The only thing bad about it was like the DJ kind of was fucking up a little bit. But no. But otherwise, it was dope.
How open would breakers be to have somebody who's, I guess, not particularly like a b-boy or a b-girl to like host an event like that? Like, let's say if I were to like, I want to throw a breaking battle. Like, how open do you think people would be to that?
I think people would be down. Like, definitely down. I don't like. For me, honestly, like, I think like the main thing moving forward, I'm trying to focus on is just like helping the b-boy community in our city. And when somebody from out of our scene or out of our even dance community does jams, I feel like the funds don't go back into the breaking community, which is like there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but at this time, like, it's really important that the money we make from our jams goes back into throwing better jams, goes back into getting better equipment to make the next one better and bring in more people so that way we can improve.
I think it should be like a group collective type thing, because one person to just be in charge of, okay, now I gotta, it's crazy. So I know, well, Bob had the support Graffiti Gallery, obviously, because he worked there. But, and I guess his crew members who helped him out with stuff too. Yeah. But I think that's going to be, in the future, like a group groups have to be like willing to be like, oh, this is what we want to do. Like, it has to be thought out and a conscious thing that we're going to be, any kind of money that we make from this jam is going to go to
the next jam or just something else, like putting into teaching. Like, that's another thing too. We got to have like a lot more better options for teaching. Like, there's no fucking place you can learn breaking other than like 393 and Rising Star.
Yeah. Is there no more breaking at DBSD?
I don't know, but who's gonna teach it, or who's teaching it if there is? Nobody knows.
Because I know Dono was working. He was there for.
That's the one in Transcono?
Yeah.
I think that studio closed down.
What?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure they closed down. If they didn't close down, they don't have a breaking teacher anymore.
Oh shit! I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, so there's like nowhere you can really go to learn. If you like, I guess you could go to CK if you just want to jump yourself right into it, but that might be a little bit scary.
Yeah, how ironic is that in the information age with all this stuff, it's hard to find breaking teachers.
It's because people don't want to like respect the dance. They don't want to give us the same treatment that they'll do to like another dance. Like, even choreo people, they make more money than a b-boy in Winnipeg. Yeah.
And sometimes a b-boy, like, all respect due to the choreography dancer. Definitely. But the b-boy could be like way more skilled than the choreography teacher. And you're like, what's going on here? How come people are responding to this rather than,
And I think like it has a lot to do with like just where people are at right now. Like, they don't want to battle, they don't want to deal with confrontation, so just get down with the choreo crew, just like do performances, just learn other people's moves and shit like that. No disrespect to the choreo scene, I'm hella hostile and shit, but like For real, it's a lot. It's a lot more simple.
It makes a lot of sense when you put it that way. You're rubbing your belly, you're burping. Yeah,
I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah, no, like it's the, I guess the way you describe it is really like, I never really looked at like exactly like that, where it's I don't want to directly confront somebody. I'll join a choreography group. This is just an example. Yeah. I'll join a choreography group, and then we'll go enter competitions, but we're not directly like face to face. Yeah. It's just on stage, and then whoever gets the best score or whatever wins. So
and that's dope. It's just different.
It is different.
It's just different. You don't have to deal with those big aspects that breaking really enforces, or not enforces, but just like they're a part of it.
Yeah.
If you want to go through the breaking culture, it's there for you. If you want to do that, if you want to learn how to deal with confrontation, then you can.
So now what I'm thinking is that it's more of the culture that's being fostered within, I guess, this generation, like this younger generation, is that they're just growing up like that, and then that kind of caters to the choreography scene more than the
b-boy scene.
Yeah,
like b-boys will always be a remnant of the past, like a remnant of like hip hop history that never lasted, or lasted but just had to go underground. So,
how important do you think it is to know some of the history of hip hop?
Really important, man. Really important. I feel like the only way you can really know what you're doing is if you know the history. Like, yeah, it's really important.
How did you get into like some of the history, or how did you like get
I got
into
lucky,
sources
man.
And stuff?
I got lucky, man. Like when I started breaking, I already had Paranormal Pandas like saying, "Yo, check out this." Or if I was like doing a move that someone else was doing, they'd call me out on it. They'd be like, "Yo, oh, that's a move I've seen before." And even if it wasn't like a crazy move that everybody's doing, or if it's a move that everybody's doing, they'll just say like, "Yo, I've seen somebody do that before," and it forces you to look out for your resources, see what else other options you have, not like to take moves, but like learn where it comes from and understand why these moves were made when they were made and shit like that.
So like, what would you think is the next logical step to just grow the culture within breaking? Do you think you need to like teach more, or like?
Yeah, definitely more classes. I think more classes, and like I think we should bring back battling, so people who are competitive in nature have like, they can see that that's still happening and they can still get down with that.
How often do you think should a battle come along?
That's a question I've like fought with for so long. At first I was like, they shouldn't have too many jams, but then now we don't have too many jams, and I'm like, fuck, I wish we had more jams. So it's like, I honestly don't know. Like, I guess it just depends on you. If we have too many jams, you don't have to go to every jam, but I think like you should definitely push yourself and definitely try to battle.
So like with battling,
I feel like I'm not answering any of your questions.
No, you're answering them, man. I'm just trying to think of them as we go along here, and listen to you along the way too, because you have really good points. When you're battling, are there certain strategies that you use while you battle? Like, do you like consciously think of, oh, this is what I should do because this will cause this, or do you just do you just do it?
Yeah, actually. When I started breaking, I was like big into talking shit, because I thought that when people heard people talking shit, they'd start messing up their moves. And I stopped doing that just because like it actually ended up affecting me, because I'd be like, oh fuck, I talked all this shit, I gotta throw a dope ass round, and if I don't throw a dope ass round, I'm gonna look like an asshole. But now I just look at it like literally like the confrontation idea. That's like the main thing, I guess you could say. I literally look at like, I'm either gonna sink or float, so I might as well just go all in. I look at it like I see everybody doing whatever they gotta do right in front of me. It's like, damn, okay, they did their round. Might as well just throw down. There's no pressure now. I know I'm gonna have to go in right after them, so fuck it. That is my mental trick. Like, I just tell myself like, fuck everything, just go down.
Nice. Have you seen The Get Down?
No, I have not seen The Get Down yet.
Are you planning to watch it?
Yes, eventually. I'm just lazy as hell to like search shit online and watch it like that.
You don't have Netflix?
I don't have Netflix. No.
Yo, man.
I know. I'll get on it. Broke nigga life and shit.
No. I think it's actually more productive to not have Netflix or not pay attention to Netflix too much or TV in general because it's not productive. Like, I mean, it's good. Like, it's good to like just chill out sometimes.
Yeah.
Just, do those like recreational activities. But if you're like, sometimes you could get caught up in all that stuff. Like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't look at it like that. I just say like I'm honestly too lazy to search it up. That's why. That's the reason why. That's honestly the reason.
What do you think about the scene as far as B-girls? Because like, how long has it been since we've had actual like B-girls like in the city like repping and stuff? Because it seems like there's only like a few and they come out a little bit and then like they disappear.
I don't know. It'd be dope if we had more. Candace is a big inspiration to me too. She was the reason I learned power. So like it'd be really dope if we had more. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, it could be better, it could be worse. I'm happy that there are still breakers that are girls in the scene, but at the same time, like, I think, like, I try to focus less on, like, gender and shit like that. It's just about the skill, so.
Right.
It'd be dope if breakers that are girls are more down to learn skills as opposed to, like, learning a few moves, posting it on Instagram, and then disappearing forever.
I thought that was a thing, too, like, with... I guess they call it girl props or even like kid props, where you like give kids props just because they're a kid and they're moving around or whatever. Or if they're just a girl and like, oh, they're doing a few breaking moves, kind of not even that, they're kind of half-assed moves or whatever. They're not polished yet. And you're like, oh yeah, go. And like, and then there's some girls that cheer on those girls, which is nice. But I always think like, are you really helping them if you're cheering them on for something that's not that dope? Like if I did that, I did that around, people just like, wouldn't say anything.
It'd be silent as hell.
And then, which rightfully so, because it's like, it's not polished yet. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think just people are fucking weird. They don't know what they want, so that's why that shit exists. It should be all about skill and just like having fun, really. I think like it's really hard to get to that point in your breaking where you're just like having fun every time you go down. Because breaking is frustrating too. You get injuries, you fuck up on moves, and then you feel like just standing back up instead of finishing your round. So like, if there were girls that had the mentality to just like really like the moves and really like creating moves, then that'd be dope.
Got some outside noise coming. Yeah,
turn up.
We're here in Canadian Footwear, the boardroom. So I'll throw this ad up right now. Yo, Della, if you want to like add in your 2 cents on this, but me and Mark San Juan, we work here, and you've seen him in the commercials. He's locking in the commercials. He's skateboarding in the commercials. He's a cobbler. He's a shoe repair dude. So if you
shout out to Mark San Juan.
Yeah, man. If you need some shoes, man, come to Canadian Footwear.
Come through.
That's how you support your local dance scene as well. But yeah, man, what were we talking about? Girls and stuff. Female B-girls. Female, yeah. I think it's no, you're talking. You went on to skills and like and having fun with it. I was gonna ask you like how do you go about like how do you handle all the injuries and stuff like that? Because I think that it's a thing that like I think all the B-boys or B-girls and all the breakers deal with.
Yeah.
How do you handle that for yourself?
You just like honestly, pretty what's the word? Stubborn. So if I get like an injury, I'm probably practicing the next day, just like changing it up. I think that's how I handle it. Like I change what I have to do. So if I have like a injury on my foot, I'll have to break with one foot, or I'll figure out moves that don't necessarily put pressure on the injury. Mm-hmm. It's really all about adapting, I guess.
Yeah, that's
It helps your style. Like it forces you to become more creative. Like I broke my thumb trying to learn side chair spins, and because of that, I had to learn like other shit. And that was really when I started figuring out my style. Mm-hmm. That was 2012 Breakthrough Bread, I think.
Now this might be a weird question, but how far do you go in like I guess conditioning your body for breaking? is there some kind of thought process? Like there's like, oh, I gotta like work out this or whatever, blah blah blah, or I have to like recover in this certain way, ice this thing or blah, you know what I'm saying? Like is it like for you? Is it like an athlete where you like you're supposed to do all this stuff?
I grew up playing soccer, so yeah, to some extent. Also, like I have a bunch of bad habits. I smoke weed and I smoke cigarettes, so that's terrible on my lungs. So at this point, like I've been forcing myself. I've like for the past few years, I've been trying to force myself to like do runs. I don't do much like physical training other than breaking because it's a lot already. But really, cardio, like training your lungs and training your ability to keep going. That's really what I do. I look at it honestly kind of like you have to train yourself like an athlete. You got to take care of your body.
How many rounds can you do, man? Because I heard Winston did 48.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That's not happening. I'm sorry. Mad respect to Winston for that, but I'm not doing 50 fucking rounds. Maybe like 10. The most I've done, I think, was like 30. But I battled Patrick 20 rounds one time. That was like the best battle I had. That was like a long-term battle. So.
Shit, wow. Holy crap.
But I don't know, man. Like, after you reach a certain age, it's like you randomly just lose all your cardio. Like, really. Like, I swear, I turned like 20 and then all of a sudden 5 rounds was like the max. And it definitely had to do with like cigarettes and shit like that. But at the same time, I noticed it happened to so many other people too. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I think that that happens. Even when I'm trying to lock, man, like, because locking is super, like, sometimes it could be like super quick and you're using a lot of shoulders. I swear to God, like, if you're like an elite locker, your shoulders are freaking ripped. Because like you look at the moves that lockers have to do, like with their arms, like you're going this shoulder. You're doing like, I'm doing an up, by the way. I'm doing like up or a muscle man. You're using shoulder. You're doing a point. You're doing like shoulder. You're doing a pace shoulder. Like everything's shoulder. I'm like, oh, yeah, man. Fuck, the shoulders. I'm like, goddamn.
Yeah, man. After some point, you gotta start taking care of your body because if you want to do it long term, like you gotta do that. That's just facts. Like anything you want to do long term, you're gonna have to start conditioning your body to deal with it, especially breaking, because like humans are not supposed to do what we're doing, like throwing our bodies into the floor. That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, that reminds me. What do you think about breaking being a part of the Olympics? If that story is true, I saw a part of the article.
I was fucking down with it, but everybody's saying like the actual organization that's trying to do it isn't actually for breaking, so they're not really interested in this idea. I don't know, man. Like it'd be sick if it's in the Olympics. Like that's a lot more like credibility to the hard work that we do. I don't necessarily think it should be commercialized, but just like pay respects where they're due. Breakers put in so much fucking blood, sweat, and tears. Might as well give them the props they deserve.
How would you score that though? I would figure like that would be a difficult thing to do. You've judged a few times, haven't you? Yeah. How do you go about judging like breaking battles?
I really just look at the battle and see like I guess like who wants it more, who executes properly, and who comes with something original, something lasting, like something that hits your mind and you have to remember it. So those are like, I guess, the 3 basic criteria. It's because I feel like no matter like how weird your movement is, if it's original, it's gonna stick in somebody's mind. So if you're flipping shit, you're making like a bunch of crazy shit, it's always gonna make people like remember you.
Do you judge all styles of battles different than breaking battles?
Not really. I just sit there and watch, and if they fucking bail, I'm like, I saw that. Yeah. And like obviously, like there's a few other things you have to look for. I guess that's true. There's a few other things you have to look for that aren't in breaking. Like for example, a person can do a round. Like I don't want to say like it's good to do a round that doesn't play to the beat. You should definitely be like trying to adhere to the beat when you're breaking, but at the same time, like you can do like a power set that doesn't hit the beat except through your top rock, and it might be sick. But with like other dances, it's really focused on the beat. So if you're not hitting beats and you're doing like a bunch of shit without like the proper technique, then yeah.
With what you do, how do you go about? I should phrase this question properly. Now I just lost it. Yeah, this is what happens. So, have you ever noticed this on like podcasts? Like it's hard to like.
It's
keep
really
talking.
hard to fucking
keep talking.
Ideas,
Just keep asking questions and saying shit.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. It's a struggle.
I don't think people figure out how difficult it is because unless they do it, right?
Yeah, until you're in that position where you have to start coming up with ideas, it's pretty complicated.
You just talk, man.
I considered just Googling questions at one point during like the Bob interview. I was like, fuck it, I don't have any more questions. I might as well just Google something. But
okay, I came back to the question. So when you're breaking, do you have a lot of sets that you do, or do you freestyle, or like what's your ratio to freestyle and
I'd
your
say
sets?
it's like a mix. Like I have a combinations, so I'll like make like 3 moves that fit together, and then I'll like throw them in wherever I feel like I can do it at. Like straight up, if I do a get down and I'm already in this position, I know I can go into this, and that's all make it. So it'll be different like the next time because I might realize I can do something different from there. So it's like a definite mix.
How do you practice? It seems like an essential question.
Honestly, like a lot of my practicing is just standing in one place or standing in like one position, just trying to think of like ways I could get out of it and try to do it differently.
Oh.
I think like when I was starting, Patrick said like, oh, I practiced like this one move and got out of it 50 different ways, and ever since then I've been trying to like make every move have like 50 different exits possible, shit like that.
With the going back to the mental aspect of breaking, because you say it's a lot, right? Like it's a lot of mental stuff. What are some things that are like, I guess, mental tools or things to think about or try to set your brain in the mode to where it can like manifest itself into having a better dance?
Like having a better dance comes from just dancing. Thinking about it definitely gives you the ideas, but a lot of the times you'll have like these ideas in your head and you'll try them and it just won't look the way you thought about it. Mm-hmm. So like when you think of something and you think it looks sick, you gotta try it, and if you don't feel it, then you don't do it. Like, or if you feel it, then you do it. If you don't feel it, you can flip it into a way that you do feel it. Like a lot of it comes from feeling too. Like I think like I said this to a few of my friends, like when I break, a lot of the moves I try to do are moves that I can keep doing. Like I'm not gonna get injured off doing them, or like I can go down and do them if I'm tired or whatever. So yeah, feeling.
Cool, man. Cool, man.
That's a shitty answer.
Yo, it's a real conversation, man. None of this is like premeditated or anything. So people you should know by now. If you've been listening to the podcast, this is episode 31, yo.
Don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Shout out to Anthony Carvello and that group of Clement. He said whatever. He said you could say whatever, but Clement and Steve. Those guys they do like their own stuff with their podcasts. So
shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony, the unsung hero of 3-peat.
Yeah, man.
What are some other things that you're into other than breaking? Because we talked a shitload of breaking, but yeah.
I like rap music. I like fucking basketball. I like anime.
Well, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I made this joke with Shaq. It was, I don't know. This is like, people are gonna be like, "Yo, you're a racist." No, it's just a joke, bro. Okay. I joke around a lot. If you guys don't know, Shaq was talking about his dad. It was after a jam, and then Shaq was talking about his dad or whatever. We were eating out at McDonald's or something, and then he's like, "Yeah, my dad." Blah blah blah. I'm like, Shaq, you have a dad? And it's like everybody's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yo, it's a joke. It's a joke, yo. It's a joke. Take it easy." It's a joke. Or I'd be like,
Man, I was about to like flip it, like I was gonna get mad at you, but that's funny as hell. That's actually so funny.
Or maybe this will make you mad. I was like I forgot what Shaq was doing, or he was doing something, and I'm like, "Black guys, am I right?" or something, and it was just like Shaq. Even Shaq was laughing at that. And I was like, okay, but it's all jokes. It's all
jokes. Yeah, it's all love.
Yeah, you like rap music and like anime? What kind of anime do you watch?
Naruto, obviously. Like, I don't know, just like whatever I see. Honestly, like I watch whatever I see. There's like this one anime I've been watching. It's called Tenjo Tenge, and it has like this one dude with like dreads and he break dances and shit like that.
Oh, what? Andrew, you seen this? Yeah.
You seen this? Yeah. There's some shit like that. Samurai Champloo, obviously. Just the generic shit, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like too deep into it, but I definitely like enjoy it. I think I've like always liked cartoons, so that's probably why.
Cartoons are ill.
Yeah, man. So,
anything you want to say before we pull the plug on this one?
Shout outs to Winnipeg Breakers. Yeah.
CypherTalk. It's the CypherTalk. Yo, CypherTalk. Yo, shout out to Rising Star Academy of Arts. If you want to learn breaking, Patrick's out there. He's doing his thing, teaching breaking. I'm out there teaching locking, popping.
Come to the Cindy Clausen Center.
CK, Cindy Clausen. Yeah. People get down there like all the time, right? Winnipeg practice spots. I'll just throw that out there for anybody who's actually like serious looking for a spot. So they post there all the time. This Facebook group page. So shout out to Rising Star Academy of Arts. Shout out to Canadian Footwear. Yo.
And the enemy. Shout out to the enemy.
And the enemy. Yo. Everybody doing their thing. Okay, we're out. CypherTalk. Peace.